Dear New Seattle, this is Drip City. I'm Ron Mack.
My name is Spaceman, SPSE3MAN, but when you say it, you gotta say Space Man.
Come on, you know me, Wani_LOE, tap in on IG, Snapchat, everything else, man.
Hey, what do you say? Smoke weed every day. Now, what we got going on, fellas?
Which topic? From sports to the rap world of Cardi to what?
Start with the tail on with sports. That's.
I mean, shit. The Huskies is gone. They not in the tournament.
What you think about that?
Shit, that was bound to happen, bro.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, bro. They ran into Carolina. You know what time that is, bro. That's
It's really not even Carolina. It's like the ACC has never been this deep.
Well, didn't they take on half of the Big 12? Something like that?
Who, you know?
No, the ACC.
Yeah.
No, they took on the Big East.
Or Big East, that's what I meant.
Yeah. But they have.
But those
they
are
have.
two, but
Oh
those
no, this is ACTs. This is not ACC teams that have been in there. The Big 12 teams got put out or didn't make it. Big East teams. There was Big East. Louisville.
I'm about to say
Louisville got put out first round.
Easy. And Ronnie B in the building also. That shot them up.
Yeah, you feel me? Word.
All right.
But yeah, man, what we talking about first, man? Somebody talk to me.
Okay, so
All right, I want to talk about like the fate of
anybody
like.
left in the tournament before we just move.
Well, I was going. No, I was going to stay with you there.
Okay.
What y'all think about like David Chris, like watching that?
That's my boy.
That was hard to watch, man.
Let's throw this out there right now. I'm not gonna say he folded under pressure because you know not a lot of us have been on that stage. You feel me?
Yeah, it's a big stage.
What I can say was he was trying to do too much instead of doing what he just sticking to the
What
game.
he usually do.
Just stick to David
I felt
Chris,
that way
you feel me?
too.
He had a fast break layup. Now, if anybody really knows David Chris, dog can really jump out the gym. Like I promise you, bro got balance. You feel me? I seen him get on a fast break layup and he slowed down to push off on somebody and got an offensive foul. And that's out of David's character, bro. I'm not mad at him for it because, like I said, he's done something that a lot of Huskies haven't done since 2011. He helped the team get to the tournament. You feel me? It's just he felt like he felt like he did what was best for his team. So I can't really challenge him on that.
Do you think that? Do any of y'all think that he was like trying to get his a little too though? Like on some like this is my senior year.
No.
This might be my last game. I'm gonna
it
do a little
buck,
bit of extra.
To keep it a buck, bro. I feel like him and Matisse this last game didn't do enough. You feel me? The freshman came in off the bench hitting shots.
Yeah.
You feel me? Nas Carter, bro, he's a sophomore. He had 10, I think, at half. You feel me? Like, there's no way your freshman and your sophomore should be having the same amount of points.
He brought the game before it too.
Bro, I want to say Matisse had 2 points, bro, at like the 13, maybe the 13 to 12 minute marker of the second half. Matisse scores a lot. He wasn't scoring like that, bro. He wasn't even shooting. I want to say he only took 3 or 4 shots, bro.
Sound like he took himself out of the game.
It's because they seen it was North Carolina instead of just playing ball.
Yeah.
Crappy.
So who's going to the league out of them for Dominic Green? You know, the seniors, I would say. Is any of them going to go to the league?
I think
going to get a workout?
I think Matisse is to the league.
For sure.
There's hands down. There's no
defense alone, you're going to make it.
And Matisse is to the league. Dominique Green are gonna get paid somewhere. I'm not gonna say NBA right away. You feel me? But he can shoot that boy. He can shoot that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. So Dominique might go somewhere. David, I feel like that. Me, bro, just because he had a rough tournament, bro, that does not dictate who he is as a player.
Yeah, for sure.
I think David can go get paid somewhere. Which senior am I missing? Noah Dickerson.
Noah Dickerson.
Yeah, Noah Dickerson, bro. He's an undersized big. I don't think he's
overseas, huh?
I don't think he'll make it to the league just off of his size, but his numbers are league worthy. But you feel me? For his position, he's a little undermanned, and he's not fast enough to play the position up. So I think he'll get paid overseas.
What spot is he playing?
Bro, Noah was the 5 for you, bro. But he's only like 6'6", 6'7", bro. He's not.
He got. I was saying
to play on the wing.
He's not Barkley, bro.
We're saying he got that Barkley back though. He got that. I mean, like that old like Vin Baker type body. Like you know what I'm saying. You know the like, old hoopers. They used to have the box bodies.
But he moved like Greg Oden.
He's too slow.
Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Greg Oden. You know, like he's too slow for the NBA. He's just fast enough for college. You feel me? Do I think his
Adam
moves?
Morrison?
No, bro. No. Adam Morrison's a shooter.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like in the league, like in college, because of what his size was, he was able to get his shot off. But in the league, he was too slow to play on the wing, and he wasn't big enough to play the 4.
Yeah, but he was. Yeah, I mean.
You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Noah. No, boy, you gotta put it Noah like this, bro. Noah's a 5, bro, but in the NBA he'll be a 3. You get what I'm saying? He's like.
And 3s don't play in the post no more.
My point. You don't see Noah Dickerson going on the wing, but do I feel like he can score on the 5 men in the post in the NBA? I do. He's just undersized, and they're not going to draft him at no 5. There's no reason they're going to draft a 6'6", 6'7" center.
But does he have
point guards that are that?
Does he have defense? Could it be a Draymond?
No, he's not a hustle. Like Noah can go get you a charge. He's not going to go outrun nobody to go die for a loose ball like Draymond. He's not going to go pick your best man up full court. That's not his job.
But if he was going to make the league, he'd have to be a Draymond.
You put Noah up underneath the key, like from 3-point line below, he'll get you some stops. Noah's going to get you some stops.
So I'm saying, do you think if he was to have a shot at the league, he'd have to like turn himself into a Draymond?
Yeah.
With his size?
Yeah. Noah would have to lose a little bit of weight, get a little faster. He would have to be a Draymond. He would have to.
But he's still shorter than Draymond, right?
I think
Noah
looks small on TV because he's playing the 5. You feel me?
Yeah.
But people that his actual position, like the 3-4, like where he's supposed to be height wise, he is the same. Dog's like 6'7", bro. He's not.
I'm about to say.
He's not a little.
It's crazy to me, like how he creates that room to get them.
He might even be 6'8", bro.
That's what Draymond's at, 6'8".
I mean, cause I see him. He like do a little, like you catch a good pass, like entry pass, and then like what I'm saying, you kind of get a cat with the first move, that one dribble, and just bang out. Like you can't really do that if you like a short dude.
Yeah, but you can though, because Charles Barkley did it. Now, one thing with Noah, bro, he has
Charles Barkley.
He has great. Listen, bro, he was, but Noah has great footwork, and his post moves are phenomenal for his size.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
So to keep it Seattle, is there any Rotary kids left in the tournament?
Rotary kids, I can't say so because Tremaine's gone, UW is gone. We do got Corey. Virginia Tech. Yeah, but the boy Corey, Kittsburg, he's from Washington, bro. He played for Gonzaga.
Okay. Oh yeah, Gonzaga's a 1 seed.
Yeah, he's doing his thing too. He's sophomore.
I don't know, man. This tournament's the year of the ACC. Them guys, that ACC was battle tested because they had like 10 teams that was ready. So they just beat up on each other all year and was ready. So it's kind of hard for anybody outside of the ACC for this year.
What all did Tremaine do?
Tremaine, boy, he was
like the MVP.
That A10 tournament, man. He remembered he was a scorer.
Tournament, he got the most points in St. Louis's arena.
Yeah.
He broke that record.
I think he dropped 39.
Yeah.
Shout out to little bro. That's dope.
He was doing his thing.
That's dope.
Man,
from watching him,
is he on the league?
To keep it a buck with you guys, bro. Just the fact that he's coming out of St. Louis, which is technically a mid-major, I don't know how much of a shot, you feel me? Because he didn't have a career, he didn't have a senior year like number-wise like Ja Morant. However, his numbers are, he can go to the league, bro.
Yeah.
You put Tremaine on a workout like a platform. And let him get to them combines. He's gonna tear them workouts.
That's what I was getting at. I was like, if you watch Tremaine at every school he's been at,
he's on like 5'11", 6 foot.
When Tremaine actually says, "All right, I'm about to go get a bucket,"
you can't stop him. Nobody in the country.
When he says he's about to go get a bucket, it's a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
When he tries to stop and control the offense, that's when his team does not play up to their potential. When he says, "All right, y'all play defense, and I'm gonna go get these buckets," and y'all just get in where you fit in, they don't lose.
Yeah, because when
they don't lose.
Tremaine's he's not a player that you want to control on offense. You want to give him directions and guidance. You want to give Tremaine multiple options. You don't want to control him. You don't want to say, hey, come off this screen and look to pass here. You want to tell Tremaine, come off this screen and create.
Like the first 15 games,
there's a difference.
The first 15 games at St. Louis, they tried to make him a pure point guard,
and he struggled. you
realize like you got a easy 20. You got to walk in 20 every night, passing the ball every night, passing the ball.
But he's a walking 20, like a bad game for him shooting. If you give him the ball, he can. If he gets the amount of shots he deserves, you feel me, about percentage wise, because he can shoot it from wherever. If Tremaine should be shooting that bitch 15 to 20 times a game.
Like you see in the Drexel. The Drexel coach realized it early. He was like, all right, you're a walking bucket. Go get a bucket.
He brought a team from down, 20, the most in NCAA history. They were down by, 27?
Yeah.
He raced a 27-point deficit, bro. Like, help, I should say. He helped.
Yeah.
Is Jelly Noel going to leave?
Not right now, but he's going to stay. I think he wants to stay.
Okay. I'm about to say he's listed as late first, but
he's listed as 31st.
He's listed as late first.
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he.
No. It's like him and Kevin Porter are like 3 spots away from each other.
That's irritating because I'm gonna keep it real. We keep sleeping on that kid one because they didn't go to the tournament. Kevin Porter should be a top 5 pick right now.
He was 6 before he sat out.
He was
fourth. Yeah, sat out 4.
Didn't he get his minutes revoked or something like that?
Yeah, I thought he got.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know the ins and outs of that, so I can't really speak on that. I do know we watched.
Nigga, I know you talked to him. Give us the juice.
Bro, listen, I swear to God, I haven't, bro. You know, when a kid gets put in that position, bro, you gotta let them go through whatever they're going through. You feel me? When you got too many different people coming at you saying this and that. No, whatever's going on out there, the coach thought it was best for him. Kevin decided to stay there, you feel me, because clearly it wasn't that bad, and he's going to fight through whatever the adversity is, you feel me? But skill set wise, bro, Dogs used to be a top 5 pick. This year, I don't know exactly what happened, but just putting him on the court, even if he only had 10 points a game, to see the way he controls the game, his potential, the shit that he did, Dogs he's a top 3 pick. Like, you can't do anything with him. Next year, if he stays at USC, and he has a point to prove now, he's going to go top 5. He might fuck around and be top 2. Mark my words. I promise you that. Nobody in the country can guard him, bro.
You ain't waiting until next year. That's for sure.
He might wait till next year, bro. He doesn't have the numbers to go right now. He has, of course, we know he can
still got him going like number 11.
But listen, I get it. You feel me? But I believe Kevin is not going to leave USC the way that he like that. He's not going to leave USC like that. You feel me? Not to say he can't go to the league, because he's to the league. We know that. You feel me? But the impression that he went from being an unknown player, he went down to, well, not an unknown player. He went from being one of the top players to going down to the USA practice to killing everybody. Even though down in Portland, he killed everybody. And then we went from a 3-star recruit to a 5-star recruit off one practice. You feel me? To killing the entire summer down in California. Torching everybody.
You know, he was talking about that Drew.
Yeah, he was torching everybody. He was a 6'6", 6'7", 1/2 guard.
He was playing that game when Denzel Valentine got embarrassed.
But Kevin's mentality for the game is so beyond his years. You feel what I'm saying? Like his body size, like bro, if you see this kid, bro, he's a legitimate, like he might be 210. Bro, he's big. He's big.
He's a little heavier than that.
Bro, he might be bigger than that, bro. He's a big nigga. But he got it.
He's
do we know he can go to the league right now? Yeah, he's a man child, bro.
For sure.
Like I said, can he go to the league right now? Of course. But I also know Kevin has pride. You feel me? He does have that. And the numbers and the stuff that he wanted to do at USC, I don't think he's accomplished them the way that he wanted to. So do I personally think he'll stay again? I do. But if he doesn't, I wouldn't be mad at him either because
I think that might come down on like the relationship between him and
the coach.
And the coach and whatever happened. Like,
but
you know, because if I'm not feeling that coach,
But
gone.
listen, then again, he's very, very family oriented. You feel me? Like him, his mom and sisters, they're tight.
And that'll make you want to take care of them.
It will. However, if his mom, They're fine. His sisters. I'm not saying that he shouldn't want to take care of them. His sister's got a job, bro. They are they do their thing. You feel me? They're not dependent on nobody. His family, they can do the thing. Mom does her thing. His sisters do the thing. They're okay until Kevin gets there. You feel me? Yeah. Kevin has a job to do as a man on his own when it comes to making that commitment to USC. You feel me? Kevin knows he didn't do what he's supposed to do. However, like I said, if he leaves, he does that. But I feel like his mom and his family are going to tell him, get that degree or go back there. Just do that one more year. Because we seen cats that didn't do that one more year and what it did to him, bro. Realistically, bro, and I'll say this till the end of me, bro, and I'm LOE till I die, bro. Me and my guy might not be seeing eye to eye right now, but we gonna work. We gonna talk later. But do I personally feel like my bro Tone should have stayed one more year? Yes, I personally do. He had a lot of people in his ear. He was young. He was thinking money. You feel me? He was thinking if I get injured the very next year. There was a lot of stuff going through his head. So I'm never gonna be mad at his decision. But my personal opinion, do I think he should have stayed? Yeah. But if you go do your thing. You feel me? But Tone was 25th pick. Tone stays one more year of Pac-12 basketball. We're talking about a 6'6" point guard that was doing what he did as a freshman. Picture what he's gonna do as a sophomore. Now we're going from 25th all the way down to 5. There was nobody in the country that was gonna be able to stop Tone. We all saw what he did as a freshman. We all seen it. Nobody's gonna stop it. And that's the same way I feel about Kevin. Nobody in this country can guard Kevin Porter, but Kevin Porter.
Heard you. What else we talk about? All right, let's get ratchet, y'all. Let's get ratchet. Or we can keep it basketball and go LeBron.
We before we move too far forward, CJ, didn't he? Wasn't he awarded Player of the Year at?
He broke the Wazoo single season scoring record. The freshman of the year, they gave it to the boy from Arizona State.
No, I'm not talking about for the nation. I'm talking about Player of the Year.
No, that was Jalen Noel.
That was
for his team, but doing that as a freshman.
I want to say was he second team Pac-12? Or no, he made the all freshman team. He made the all freshman team. He had the single season scoring record at Wazoo at 4 freshmen. But I think he might have the single season scoring record.
Is that enough to go to the league?
Not off this first year because of their resume. You feel me?
Niggas trying to get to the league. Can he get to the league though?
But on some real, CJ Ellaby's going to go to the league.
Yeah.
Hands down. CJ's going to go to the league.
He's 6'7", 6'8".
Wazoo's record was just so poop. But him himself, individually, if he wanted to go to enter the draft right the hell now and go do them workouts, he's to the league. CJ will get drafted.
I feel like he'd kill it too.
Yeah, yes, the hell he will. He can shoot that bitch.
Yeah.
He can.
Just not even just that, but just watching, me watching the way he played as a high school senior, I realized that he's willing to play basketball the right way, and he'll go get you regardless of what it takes. He's gonna try to get it done. Period. But he'll go get you. He'll shoot the corner jump shot. He'll shoot one from deep. He'll do some shit that look pretty, but he'll go get you them grimy buckets.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
He'll go work.
I like that he get them grimy buckets.
He'll go work and put backs and play defense and all that. All that stuff.
I used to call him Soft CJ, right? And this is why. Not speaking on his game, but when he was at Cleveland, I wanted him to be so much tougher because of the size he was compared to everybody else. Bro, that boy didn't hit that stride of that toughness, and now he's whatever, bro. He was going to get 10 and 15 rebound games as a freshman Pac-12 basketball, bro, at 17, 18 years old.
I believe it.
He was going to get 20, 25.
I watched him do it in high school. So
he was doing his
He was a double monster.
He was a double monster at Wazoo.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch all of them. I caught like a couple of their games.
One of
their games when they came out here
against
solid
games,
Seattle.
bro. I'm not even going front.
So before we talk Laker controversy, does Devin Booker get some help next year?
Oh, Devin Booker needs to get out of there.
He's had back-to-back 50 games, and
he got to pull a. It's time to put
he has to escape, bro.
The Anthony Davis, man. I don't want to be here no more.
Bro, listen, but
I will not sign with you guys.
He got to go, bro.
Where do you see him being ranked in the next 3 years as far as shooting guards?
Devin?
Yeah.
How old is he right now?
23.
I feel like he will not hit his full and complete stride till Even though he might be good.
24, 25.
He's already...
No, even though he might be good, I feel like as far as hitting his complete stride as a professional, he might not, barring injury, he won't get that till he's about 27, 28.
He's already unguardable.
That's when he will, but that's the thing.
He's already like, you can't do nothing with him.
23.
But there's still there's a time where every game and everything you do that you do on a regular basis, it slows down and it gets easier for you, barring injury.
Perfect example. James Harden, when he was at Oklahoma City, he was unguardable, but he wasn't putting up the numbers he was now.
No.
You feel me? But when he first left OKC, he was not putting up the numbers he was now.
And he never dropped 70.
Listen, he was not putting up the numbers. James Harden wasn't putting up those numbers. And then when he started to get a little older and more comfortable, bro, Devin Booker is putting up 50s consistently at 23. A picture when he's 27, when he's got that mindset of, fuck,
and he's working on other shit in this game.
Yeah, I was about to say the people that have been better than him that he's been playing against that have shown him up from time to time, they're gonna be gone.
He's gonna be better than
Chris. But y'all don't think
he's gonna be better than Klay Thompson.
But hold on, but y'all don't think
better than Klay.
Y'all don't think that over the course of like them getting all these top picks, like. And by the time he's 27, being 23 right now, that their team's not going to be really good?
No, Phoenix is trash.
They're trash right now because it's a bunch of kids.
Devin Booker is a kid, but he's a grown man. You can no longer say that's a kid. Like, I get he's...
No, I'm talking about the rest of the team.
Yeah, but DeAndre Ayton, you cannot
he's
erase
a kid.
him. He's 7'3". Got drafted first round, first pick, NBA draft. I get you're a kid, but bro, he plays big minutes in the league. That's like a kid. That's like a 14-year-old going to go play varsity basketball. Once you make varsity in high school, that kid role is out.
So let me ask you this.
Somebody hear none of that.
Let me ask you guys this. DeAndre Ayton gets drafted number 1. Before the season starts, DeAndre Ayton is a lock for Roy. Mm-hmm. Now, it's Luka and Trey.
Yeah, but Luka's nasty.
I fuck with Luka, but I got Trey.
I never had DeAndre Ayton winning Rookie of the Year.
No,
I never had him winning Rookie of the Year. But let me tell you who I really had winning Rookie of the Year. It was Trae Young.
I still got Trey.
You can't. There's absolutely no
possibility. I understand Luka. I understand why people are, and I don't know Luka's going to win.
You can't tell me one thing that Trae Young does better than Luka. Not one.
I can't.
Name one. Don't even say shooting because we go percentages. Luka has a better percentage.
I can't say anything. I can't say
one thing that he does. You can't say he shoots better. He doesn't play defense better. He doesn't put up more points. He doesn't win more games.
He puts up more
Tell
points.
me one thing. You said he does what? I'll take a nigga. If Trae Young goes and gets 40 with 6 assists, cool. But I'll take a nigga that is younger than Trae Young, going to go get me 35, 10, and 9 any day. And we watch Luka do it consistently throughout.
He's younger than Trae Young?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
By 1 year.
Realistically, Luka's supposed to be a senior in high school. That's what people don't also sleeping on.
Yeah, he's been playing pro since 14.
He's supposed to be a senior in high school.
He's like Tony. Who was it? Was it Tony Parker who played pro since freshman year high school?
Freshman year high school, but that's how they do it overseas. You know, they started like 13 and stuff. That's how they do it. Luka's supposed to be in high school, bro.
I get Luka. My whole thing is like,
it's crazy. Business.
My whole thing is like, I see what Trae is doing right now, and I see the problem Trae's about to turn into in 3 years.
And you don't see what Luka's about to turn into?
Yeah, but I also see Luka's production going down next year.
You're on drugs.
His production.
Trae Young is nothing but a smaller Steph Curry. That's it.
No, I'm not saying his production is going to go down because of him. His production is going to go down because they got the unicorn.
What does that mean? They're both Europeans. They know how to play with each other, bro. They like to, not to be funny. That is the perfect thing. You can't say his numbers are going to go down because not only is Porzingis an unselfish big man, but Luka is unselfish as well. So, yeah, he's averaging 20 points a game right now, but you got to think they've had to remove people to get Porzingis, so that still he's going to get the same amount of shots, bro. And since All-Star break, we're going to go All-Star break. Luka, before All-Star, he was averaging 20 points, 5.6 assists, 7.2 rebounds a game, shooting 43% from the field. Since All-Star break, bro, he's averaging 22.4 points a game. He's shooting 41% from the field, so his percentage has dropped, but he's shooting 5 more shots. He has also went up a whole number in assists. He went to 6.6, and he also averaging a whole 2 more rebounds a game.
Yeah, he has to do more. Everybody's going.
Trae Young is averaging, now don't get me wrong, his since All-Star break. He went from averaging 16.9, shooting 41%, averaging 7 assists and 3 rebounds to 25.3, to 45% from the field with 8 assists and 5 rebounds. His numbers since All-Star break have improved. But that's since All-Star break.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Rookie of the Year, that's a whole year. Yeah. Before All-Star break,
like
Trae Young was averaging 16
it.
and 7. Luka was averaging 25 and 7.
Yeah, get out of here, boy.
You got to get those out of here, brother. You can't determine a nigga based off, oh, he came off an All-Star break. Nigga, Luka should have been an All-Star, realistically.
Yeah. Honestly, this is what happens with them. Luka came in because he's already played pros. So he already had that pro confidence. Yeah. Trae Young already knew how good he was going to be. But you seen that Trae Young didn't catch his confidence till about 40 games in.
I wouldn't say that. You can't say that either.
Well, I mean, he averaged 16 and 7.
Came in with that confidence, nigga. We saw Trae Young shooting 40-foot jump shots in summer league.
That nigga was fuck. He was pulling from the logo. Nigga.
But he was letting it go.
It ain't working right now, but I'm gonna get it working. Shit. It's
but the first game, I want to say he missed like
no.
Honestly, bro, I thought his
airball.
I thought it was.
But you got to but want it.
Like in college, by the end of the year, if all you doing is shooting jump shots, them legs get tired.
His production never dropped in college. Niggas just started triple teaming him. He was averaging 20 and 10 for how long?
No, he was averaging 30 and 10.
Yeah, it was
at the end of the year.
That
That shooting percentage dropped a whole
lot.
His
shooting percentage dropped because teams started guarding him differently. Literally, the whole second half of the season, bro, he was trapped when he crossed half court. Every time. That nigga was catching and having to shoot because the rest of his team was shit. So, yeah, his percentage is going to drop. But he was still.
But he was at Texas State too.
He was at Oklahoma.
Right. What I mean by his confidence, it took mid-season. Like you watch Trae Young, beginning of the season, like he was still pulling, but he was still learning. Mm-hmm. He's talking shit now. Mm-hmm. It's different now.
You don't. That's the thing.
No, Luka been talking shit.
And his language.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you the difference. Yeah, Luka's been a pro, but he's been a European pro. European basketball and American basketball.
But if you listen to Luka talk,
hold on,
he kind of holds European basketball high to a higher standard
because the competition and the style and the way they think about basketball is different. Yeah. But the NBA, the pace of the game is much different than overseas. It's drastically different. Trae Young has been playing on that type of platform for a very long time. He played the EYBLs. He played on the national teams. You know, he's played on all. He went to Norman in Oklahoma. You feel me? Like it's a top school out there. You feel me? Like he used to work out with Steph Curry and stuff. Like he has videos of that. So it's not like he was new to that pro level workout. As for Luka, he's coming from a whole different style of basketball. Trae Young's been playing this style of ball. Yeah. He came and adapted to our style of basketball and kind of took it over. Yeah, he destroyed niggas this year. Look at
and one of the things they was talking about on ESPN, they was like, in the next 3 to 5 years, when KD and LeBron are pretty much old and out of here, they said for the first time ever, we're going to have an international player that's going to be the face of basketball.
Would you build your team? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be international player?
They said they could be either Greek Freak, Embiid, or Luka.
It's going to be Giannis.
Yeah,
Giannis is the best player in the world right now.
Yeah. And they said this be the first time ever.
Giannis is the best. When we're talking about players, scoring doesn't make you the best player. James Harden is the best scorer in the NBA. He averages 36 a game. He's the best scorer. Yeah, we're talking about a player.
MVP. When a lot of people's.
Yeah, but that's everybody's basic most valuable player doesn't. And if they say how is he the most valuable player, and all they do is bring up scoring, then their argument of most valuable players out the window. When you're talking about a most valuable player, you're looking at all categories. Giannis is a walking double-double. The nigga's averaging almost 30 and 12. Yeah. Now James Harden 36 is not light. I'm not gonna say that's easy, but we're also not gonna negate the fact that he almost shoots that bitch almost 30 times a game. Also, like Greek Freak only averages 17 shots a game. That's a huge difference.
James Harden gets a lot of his points from the line.
James Harden also, he gets a lot of his points from the line, but he also just broke the record for most three-pointers missed in a season, which was 600.
That boy pulling.
He's pulling that bitch. Now, I'm not saying he's not worthy of MVP because clearly, nigga, they're winning.
Yeah, he's been pulling. But they needed him to pull.
He's in the MVP.
The Milwaukee Bucks have the best record in the NBA.
He's in the MVP conversation. He's in the MVP conversation because at the beginning of the season, when Chris Paul was down,
yes,
James Harden turned
and they
up.
were going through their turmoil of who's going to be on this team.
Yeah, James Harden turned up and put them in playoff position.
Oh, James Harden, Clint Capella.
No, James Harden put them in the playoffs.
No, I mean not James Harden. CP3 and Clint Capella, like he had a couple people that was a part of like their main core. That was
no. CP3 was out.
That's what I'm saying. Both of them and Clint Capella.
Yeah. So whenever he
didn't have his regular team.
So when the big guns was out,
shoot 40 times.
But it wasn't just him shooting. They was winning.
Yeah. Hey, no BS. He been actually trying to step his game up on defense too.
Who?
James Harden. You don't think so? From the games I've seen,
James Harden playing defense is like Shaq hitting a three.
Like White Buffalo.
Nigga, you know it's bad that he ain't playing defense when people start hitting him with his own move. The person we talk about right now, Luka hit him with his own step back. Nigga, not.
I say Luka, Paul George, a couple people.
George hit him with it in the All-Star game.
Should we celebrate?
Yeah.
Should we celebrate Russell Westbrook's third straight year of a triple-double?
Hell yeah. I think that's disrespected. How niggas get MVP the first year he do it, but the second and third year, he ain't even in the conversation.
Well,
It's been done. But the thing is I mean, they ran the numbers in recourse to
the wins.
Just the style of play today. There's more possessions. So a lot of those stats are a little bit easier to chase and actually accomplish getting. Just 10 years ago, the NBA probably averaged maybe 15 points less a game easy, 20 points less a game easy.
Unless you were the Suns.
I think the Celtics might have averaged maybe 91 points a game when they won the championship.
Yeah. Well, to Ron's point, the 2012 Heat average 95 points a game?
Right. So we talking about
the Memphis Grizzlies.
We talking about games that are posting scores of 125 to 123 every other night.
The Memphis Grizzlies, when they made it to the Western Conference Finals, and they had the number one defense, and they were holding people to 89 points or less.
Absolutely. So with more possessions tonight, you have more attempts to get more points and more assists and more rebounds.
Back then, the game wasn't wing-oriented like it is now. Like, the game is 100% wing-oriented right now. Like, Joel Embiid, DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, like, them guys are, like, they're there. The post game is there, but their style of play is outdated now because everybody's on the wing.
But most of them dudes can shoot threes, so they
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, put it like this. If you put Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, and Karl Anthony Towns in LeBron and D-Wade and Melo's draft class, they'd be way better than they are right now. Not saying that they're bad now, but you put them in a big man era with the big man abilities they have, they'd be way higher up on that totem pole.
They'd all be Dirk and Whiskey or Black.
Yeah.
Facts.
They'd be way higher up on that totem pole.
Facts.
They'd be top 20 all-time players if they played 15 years ago.
Segue to LeBron, man. So
let's change the sports topic, bro. We've been on it for a minute, man.
we want to talk about Brown.
Well, I'm trying to go straight to this Cordy. You know.
Talk about how Brown is a walking 28-7-7.
Hashtag surviving Cardi B. What would you do if you thought you knocked the bad bitch out the strip club and you woke up and all your shit was gone?
Questions like that make you ask, is you out of pocket if you send the bitch back cut up?
Man.
Huh?
I have to ask the question of why is this shocking?
The bitch at me, I sent the bitch back cut up.
I have to ask the question, why is this shocking? Prostitutes been doing this forever.
It's not even shocking. It's shocking that she would say
Just
that in a public
incriminate herself. Like,
but that's the thing.
It's not incriminating, though.
It is.
It is.
What was that? Because
nigga, she's saying she was doing it less than 3 years ago.
She was broke less than 3 years ago.
All right.
Is that cool?
Huh?
Is that cool what she did?
It's not about if it's cool or not. It's the fact that what do you expect to happen in the criminal world?
What we expect to happen.
Nigga, she was supposed to be coming back to the room to be fucking for some money.
That's what you wanted to believe.
Nigga, no, that's what she agreed to.
Yeah, nigga, she's a prostitute. Do you expect her to be truthful?
Hey, man, yeah.
Y'all tripping.
Stay down with your craft.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That is crazy.
You guys are relying on the criminal element, to be honest.
Criminal integrity, my nigga.
There is no criminal integrity.
I'm trying to let you finish getting it out before I fuck you up right there. So go ahead, keep getting
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
My nigga, she's coming.
No, I understand everything that's bad about the situation, but at the same time, nigga, you're going back to the room with a prostitute. I don't give a fuck about what happens after that.
You're going back to the room with a prostitute wearing it. Does that still give it the okay to put something?
There's no okay. It's just nigga.
Where is it? No. Where does that give it any sort of right? Okay, let me like validation to.
There's no validation. Let me tell you where my feelings went out the window. The one nigga that came out and tried
worse than Bill Cosby.
The one nigga that came out, look, the one nigga that came out and said that Cardi B robbed him, said that he was engaged.
Drugged and robbed by her.
Nigga, that's your fault.
She robbed him.
Man, no, because she said.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, man, I don't. She ain't Robin Hood, man. She don't get to be no vigilante. She's.
Nigga, she ain't Robin Hood, nigga. She putting that money in her motherfucking safe.
She ain't
nigga.
Robin Hood. I'm talking about being a vigilante. Like you saying it like them deciding.
But for her to be a vigilante,
you saying it like them deciding to buy pussy makes it okay for them to be drugged.
And now look.
That's what I'm saying.
But now look at the situation that
you're I'm saying don't cry over spilled milk.
The situation you putting a lot of these other strippers in. Even if that is what's going on, why would you just put the game out there like that? Like now you putting all the other strippers that's
Space, it's 2019. You really think that she was the first person to do that?
My nigga, what are you talking about? I just not saying she's giving up the game.
If that is the game been out there. You knew about strippers doing that before she was even born.
That don't mean.
Do you hear you right now?
Yes.
Like, do you hear you?
Yes, I'm a cold person. Nigga, I don't care.
You're not a cold person. You just are acting oblivious to shit not being cool.
You're trying to give it some sort of okay.
Yeah. It's not about it being okay.
Cool, fam. Because if that's the case, then these bitches that knew when they was fucking on old ass Bill Cosby or having the conversations and they knew they was finna take their ass to the room and knew the drugs that they were taking, does that mean it was okay for him to slip something in their shit?
Yeah, and that shit was 40-something years ago.
That shit was
50 years ago, nigga, we talking about some shit from 3 years ago.
It doesn't matter how old it was. It doesn't matter none of that, bro. That shit.
He didn't take none of their money. He just took a little pussy.
He took something.
But they probably agreed to. Some of them probably, and I don't know for fact I wasn't in that room, but some of them probably agreed to give up a little bit of that pussy.
For sure.
I believe
for
it.
sure.
I'm sure under that influence, a lot of them was into it.
No, Quaalude was the drug of choice back then. That's why it's banned, because of what it does to you.
Well, listen.
Man.
We all know rape is by far, hands down, worse than robbing. They're not even comparable. You feel me? That's not the thing that everybody needs to compare, and the fact that that's how everybody is trying to justify.
I'm not comparing it to that.
Listen, no, you're not. When you look at social media, bro, everybody on social media is trying to compare what Cardi B is doing, and they're trying to give it the validation by saying, oh, it was 4 years ago, or, oh, she didn't rape nobody, she just robbed him. Okay, even though she didn't rape nobody, she robbed him, she still used him, and she still took advantage of him by drugging them. And that's the same thing Bill Cosby did, my nigga. Like, yeah, he raped somebody, but the reason he was able to rape them is because he drugged them. The reason this bitch was able to rob them is because she drugged them. The common denominator that people need to focus on is the drugging part. Yeah. It's not the rape. It's not the robbing. Like, yeah, those are both foul. We all know we're human. We're not dumb. We know rape is worse than robbing. However, you guys are drugging people to get what you want.
Mm.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
Mm. It's not cool.
Period. So if people want to sit there and keep talking, oh, but all she did was this, or he knew the game this, or she knew the game this, okay, well then my nigga, if that's going to be the excuse just because it's Cardi B and she had to get what she wanted, my nigga, if that's the case, then you have to apply that to every situation. You feel me? And if that's
I'm not giving Cardi B a pass.
I'm saying if you look at what everybody on the internet is saying, she had to get what she had to get. She had to get it how she had to get it.
Yeah.
She that he knew what he was doing or it's a part of the game. You know, all of that shit. Okay,
that's
even
not
if
true.
That's none of that is true. But even if that is true, then you still have to apply that same theory to everybody. You can't just apply it to everybody. So then you can't just apply it to Cardi B. So if we're applying it to everybody, then if that's the case, then these white bitches knew what they was doing when they was drinking with Bill Cosby and taking these drugs. You feel me?
And they were voluntarily taking these
drugs.
You feel me?
Like, bro,
he was hand them a pill and say, take this.
You feel me? So
it could have been like, no,
nigga, and it'd have been a wrap.
That's my.
But they wanted to
get out of here, nigga.
Bro, niggas are they're backwards. I be seeing people continuously on Facebook all day that want to just sit there and argue, have rebuttals, want to say this, that, and the third, but nobody wants to read nothing. Everybody wants to just give validation and.
Go ahead.
It's just the way the world is set nowadays. Is everybody is so pro woman and uplifting the woman. I'm all for it. You feel me? I'm all for uplifting the woman. I promise you, it is. But it's just it's nowadays. It's just the women feel as if they've been put down so long that when they're finally put on an equal platform, it still ain't enough. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not. So even when it comes to the actions of double standards, they're trying to take more. You feel me? The actions of double standards becomes in favor of the woman. Because if a nigga was to do what Cardi did, he's on his way to jail right the fuck now.
Sure.
Without even having somebody to say, oh, he did this to me, this, that, and the third. They're not going to do none of that. You told on yourself, you're going to jail.
So
you're going to prison.
What y'all think about the Men Too movement?
So question.
Y'all ain't heard about the Men Too movement?
So better go
led by Terry Crews.
No, so question. Do you think in the coming weeks there will be an indictment?
On who?
On Cardi.
That's what I'm saying. If a nigga come board, it's going to be the Men Too movement.
There's not going to be nothing.
But he can't do that because he's incriminating himself.
Nowadays for women the norm nowadays for women is it is okay for them to do the same actions as men with less repercussion. I'm talking about even from false rape allegations. You feel me?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a bitch can say a nigga raped him and he's looking at 15 to life, but as soon as they find out the bitch is lying, it's case dismissed.
The case just dismissed, not.
Man, fuck out of here. That's why I feel how I feel about it. I didn't watch a couple of my bros go to jail for rape, knowing they didn't even touch the bitch. But just because it's her word.
Or didn't force her.
Or just because it's her word, they're going to jail. Word of mouth is sending motherfuckers to jail. So why isn't this bitch's mouth sending her to jail? And I don't wish jail upon nobody, you feel me? But I'm just saying, if you get what I'm saying, bro? Like, why is there no consequence? That's bullshit. That's just my personal opinion. I've seen too many athletes and people that I fucking know fall victim to shit like this, what this bitch is admitting to, and there's nothing that's gonna happen. And fuck the fact that she's not even a black woman. I'm sorry to say that like that on top of that. She's not. Cardi's not black.
She's Afro.
Whatever you want to call her, bro.
Afro-Latino.
Whatever you want to call her, bro. The fact is, bro, I'm on the side for right is right. You feel me? Wrong is wrong. I'm equal.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I don't care if it was male, female, they, the other column now, whatever the case may be, bro. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If you're drugging people to take advantage of them, you're foul. If you're doing, it's just, bro, fuck that. She admitted to the shit. You think that shit's cool, bitch? Like, I had to get what I had to get. I had to drug this nigga, that nigga, and that nigga. All right, bitch, let a nigga come to you and say, bitch, I was horny, so I drugged you and fucked you. What you gonna say? Then what? I had to get what I had to get, bitch. I had to get that off. I just did 3 years in jail. Is it cool then? Fuck no. But because, it's rape, no, bitch. Yeah, it's rape, but the only reason they got raped is because there's drugs. The drugs involved. You have to drug somebody to take something from them. That's out of line.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Is that line for you?
No, I'm a firm believer in, I'm a firm believer in if you're going to put all this time and effort into one person, take 75% of effort off of that person and put it towards everybody.
Yeah. But it's not recuperated.
Yeah.
Because
let
me tell you how the world is set up nowadays. Cardi B can say some shit like this and nobody bats an eye, or it's just a topic for a second and dies. If R. Kelly was to say some outlandish shit like this,
there's a video on R. Kelly saying that shit.
No,
that nigga be under the jail.
Prime example.
If he under the prison.
Prime example, if R. Kelly would have said, I don't care if they're underage or not, that's what I like, instead of saying, all I care about is if they're legal. He got back, look how much backlash he called her just saying, I don't care if they're legal.
Nigga talking about, give me this 14-year-old pussy. That's disgusting.
No, there's a video of the female that he was, one of the females that like he was fucking with for 9 years said that when the time when he found out was like when she found out that he was fucking with younger females, they was doing a threesome, and while he was hitting it, he was saying, "Give me this 14-year-old pussy."
That's disgusting, bro.
What the fuck?
He's a dirty nigga.
You like, oh, what am I in? What threesome is this?
Not to sound like that guy, but how did the bitch know the other bitch wasn't 14?
I mean, they was in different rooms knocking on the wall.
Oh, I thought you said a threesome. That's why I did.
Yeah. Come on in this room.
I don't know.
Take your shit bucket to the hallway.
Doesn't that make you complicit?
What?
When you're involved, doesn't that make you complicit?
Ron, you hear what I'm saying? Like,
are you not held to the same standard if we supposed to ask for ID, ain't you supposed to ask for ID too?
I mean, yeah.
Hey, listen, it's called conspiracy. You was a part of this shit because you knew about it and you didn't say anything.
On this R. Kelly topic, is Aaliyah's mama still backing R. Kelly, or is she pulled out?
Yep.
She is?
Yep.
Damn. She is?
She is real.
Nigga put a real bag in her hand.
I don't know what the hell. When I seen the paperwork come out of the dates that they got married, like it's
this shit came out the closet.
No, she was 15 years old.
Bro. See, when the story first dropped, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people that was like, why are you mad? Why are these emotions happening now? If you've been this way, cool. But why are you mad right now when in 2000 he was with her? You knew he was messing with 15-year-olds as a grown man in 99. Why are you mad in 2019? What the hell happened in 20 years?
It's the age. I mean, I don't know. I would say for people my age, we were younger. So, I mean, yeah.
Bro, no, time out.
No, not time out. Let me finish what I'm saying, my nigga.
No,
go ahead. We were younger, my nigga, so we weren't at a situation where and the news wasn't like it wasn't like so easy to just dive in and get all the deeds of, you know what I'm saying, the small intricate details of the situation. So if one week it's on TV, then the next week it's not. But he dropped 5 albums on top of that, nigga. You listen to them albums, nigga, that the company that he signed to is overly promoting. More than you're hearing that other news that you don't know for sure was true or not. And he never was convicted of any of it.
So 2001, I was at CD Panthers practice when Aaliyah died. Nigga, I was 12 years old.
That nigga said I was at the CD Panthers practice.
Yeah, we was all leaving. We was all leaving practice when we heard the news, nigga. Niggas was fake sad because she was bad. You niggas was old enough to know what the fuck was going on. Anybody older than me? Anybody older than 12 knew what was going on. Anybody older than 12 knew what was going on. Huh?
She was with Dame Dash then, nigga.
No.
She wasn't with that nigga.
But you knew she was with R. Kelly before that.
And I knew that the niggas that her boyfriend was doing music with was that nigga.
I'm just saying.
And it seemed like there was no issue at that point.
How y'all
gonna? Jay-Z's doing the best of both worlds 1 and 2 with this nigga.
How y'all gonna look at the big homie from the hood weird when he pull it up to the high school and you a sophomore, but you still fucking with R. Kelly? That's what I would have done. Niggas been, I'm not saying you personally, but niggas been giving this nigga a 20 plus year pass, and now they're mad. Why? Where the fuck happened them 20 years? Yeah. Fuck the trial. Fuck the other chicks. You niggas knew what Aaliyah. Niggas knew what Aaliyah and gave this nigga a pass.
Oh no.
That's my whole thing with this. Is like all you niggas who are mad right now. Like what the fuck happened 20 years ago? You niggas, everybody keeps saying we weren't old enough. Nigga, you know how much shit niggas seen in the 90s? What do you mean? Niggas seen some shit in the 90s, bro. You know what the fuck's going on.
I will say I was too young to be mad about it. Because Aaliyah was older than me still. So it's like, I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah, it was both older.
But see, too young to be mad about it and acting like you don't know what's going on all together.
I knew exactly.
It's two
I
totally
exactly
different
what
arguments.
I had heard, but once again, when the story originally came out that R. Kelly had been married to Aaliyah, I was too young to be mad about it because she was still older than me. So in my mind, I knew what the fuck marriage was then. What older people were doing, you know what I'm saying? What older people were doing wasn't none of my business. Cause I figured they knew what the fuck they were doing.
And they had a song together called
When I was in
Number to Number.
When I was in 8th or 9th grade, I used to hear about motherfucking old ass dudes marrying young girls.
But look,
and mentally, I'm like,
it's just like when you 12 or 13 and you got an older cousin that might be 16 or 17 and he already smoked cigarettes, and his mama's okay with it. What do you really say? It's technically still illegal.
Yeah.
But that's your older cousin. You're not looking at him like he a little kid. He know what the fuck he's doing. He want to smoke cigarettes. That's what he do.
Yeah. He's 16, nigga, and you fucking...
And I'm 12. So
12,
what the fuck do I tell him?
Hey, nigga.
And,
I also know...
His mama should have like he grown, so I look at him like he damn near grown too. I don't know.
I also know that...
it's wrong. But
I also know that in middle school...
He was that much older than me.
I also know that in middle school when I was at the house with my dad and he had chicks over and they was overly friendly, nigga, I felt the type of way, nigga. Like, nigga, why are you this friendly with me, nigga?
Because she wants your daddy.
No,
I'm a DILF right now.
No, nigga.
This nigga.
DILF.
He called himself a DILF?
For sure, nigga, I got a 10-year-old.
This nigga said a DILF. I ain't heard that one.
I'm a whole DILF out here.
I don't think DILF's a thing. You're just a dad, nigga.
Whatever, nigga, I'm fine.
I hear beats. Is that him? Is that what I think?
I don't know. Have you got any texts?
Alright, so listen. Are we switching over to music?
No, we gotta keep on it. We gotta stay in Chicago with it.
Well,
we'll take it up to downtown.
You talking about
downtown North Chicago with your boy Jesse Smollett. They let that nigga out. They let him off.
Now, there's controversy behind this. They're not much, but there's a little. Because certain people are like, I told you so. And the other people are like, how did he beat all his charges?
He's snitching. No,
nobody to tell on. He was
No, they said he beat his charges because like he's never got in any trouble. So like it would just been like a little type of he would have just got like probation anyways, and they said he just went and already did some probation shit. So they was like,
so was the original 3 years in jail like an over exaggeration?
It was probably the max.
Probably like up to 3 years in jail. You know when they run you down all your the
rich people ain't doing the max.
Nah, but the way they was talking, it was like jail was searching. There was no community service, no paying your way out. They was talking like
I'm gonna let you know.
They was talking like he was going foreshore.
Well, he's talking about, but the situation is something that he created about himself.
That's what I'm saying.
So like
so he got off even though he actually lied.
He never admitted to lying. The nigga in his press conference, the nigga said,
no, I know.
Basically, on my mama, I ain't lie. Like, he said some shit. He said, I couldn't be my mama's son if I lied. Like, nigga, you could.
Okay, but on the same token, it's like, okay, so he never admitted to lying, but he did probation.
But the restitution was.
But what do you need restitution for if he didn't do shit?
Just because even if you don't do stuff in the way the system works, even if you don't do something, if you're convicted as being guilty or found to be, or if they find you guilty in any way, they can still.
So was he found guilty and he won? So basically he won his appeal.
He dropped everything, bro.
But I'm saying, so basically he won his appeal, or he was never convicted.
No, yeah, they just dropped everything, bro.
He has to do community service.
They just dropped it, and no, they said that the most he would have had to do was community service. So they just said, since he already did community service work, it was like, even if we convicted him, it's a waste of money basically on the court. Because even if we convict him, he's just going to have to do community service. But he already did the community service. So,
okay. So better question.
So just let it go.
So better question. If he beat his case and this is true, what is the fate of the alleged attackers?
I don't know.
Those are
the Liberians.
They got to prove that they did it. It's alleged, man.
Oh, they already snitched. They told on themselves.
Allegations.
All right, so here. Let's flip back to Cardi real fast because it's just hella funny. Remember how you made the comment? You was like, nobody came forward and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop? You know how somebody made the comment about, no, I think it was Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie said it. You gotta quote me verbatim.
Nobody, what'd you say? Something about basically nobody came forward?
Nobody came forward.
Nigga, men
The
too.
way, you know, there's a whole dude that came forward talking, man, he got the pictures with Cardi B and everything.
That was my point of not having sympathy because
that's the married dude.
Didn't he say he was engaged?
Yeah.
So I'm like, she was wrong, but nigga, your ass should have been with your wife.
Totally understandable, but just because he was engaged,
I'm not saying that what she did was right. I put that in there.
But that's the norm of the world. But that's the norm of the world. You feel me? We'll remove what she did to try to identify another worse situation in the whole top.
That's something a woman did to spin the
like,
shit.
That shit's so
to always make it a man's fault.
That's
it's
so
his fault that he got drugged.
I bet you
he should have been there. He got a whole wife. Okay, my nigga, we get he got a wife, but just because he wife, nigga, let him and his wife deal with that.
Like I said,
so his wife let that bitch deal.
He's dealing with it right there.
She ain't Batman. She ain't fucking Darkwing Duck. She don't get to determine. She don't get to determine street justice for cheaters.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Bro, he got the card. He got the picture of Cardi and everything.
Oh yeah.
Nigga.
That's
Let me find out. She get to be the executioner on the cheater show.
Oh no, his wife taking half right now.
Hold on, let me read this.
See that, bro?
The boy said, I was in New York about 5 years ago training, and my trainer suggested we go to the strip club. Normally, I would have turned him down, but this time I decided, let's go. So boom.
Do you beat your trainer? Hey, do you beat your trainer up?
That nigga says.
So boom. We go to the strip club and I meet Cardi. I'm feeling there and convinced her to come back to the room with me to have a drink. I've been drinking already, so I had to piss. I slid to the bathroom. This story sounds like that one nigga from Chicago that be telling them stories.
Talking about corporate.
Read the shit.
Oh, he said, so I slid to the bathroom and came back and fished off my drink. Last thing I remember was she was twerking on me, music blasting, and that was it. The next morning, I saw a used condom on the floor. Then I noticed all the cash I had, which was about $850 bucks, my Louis Vuitton belt, and my iPod Touch was missing. I tried calling her several times, but I soon realized she gave me a Google Voice number. I know she did it, but I couldn't prove it, so I never went to the file charges, mainly because I did not want my fiance at the time to know what happened, so I took my L. I can't lie.
Wait.
It was certainly traumatizing as a man. You never wanted to admit you were taken advantage of. No man wants to say me too or men too.
Time out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because we don't.
Allegedly.
Nah, but he got picked with the bride.
Having a pick with her doesn't mean that the story actually happened.
Okay, want it.
So we have to say allegedly, man.
Can't because nigga, that's the thing.
You take a
the
picture
bitch
with
had
anybody.
pictures with Bill Cosby. You feel me?
Right.
And she didn't.
Yeah, you gotta have a picture in the room.
A couple of them bitches didn't remember what happened, but the simple fact that there was multiple people saying that he did this, they rewarded them broads.
Right.
Here's my thing. Here's my one.
Here's
my thing.
I'm coming forward. She's out here in Seattle.
Bruh.
I got some head.
He said that he took his L because he didn't want his wife to find out. So 5 years into marriage, you're ready to come
fiance.
out.
Okay, wait.
No. I'm not downplaying what she did. I'm saying, nigga, if you about to potentially jeopardize your motherfucking marriage, you didn't want to say something 5 years ago, go straight to the boys.
Former.
Oh, former.
It was former.
I was about to say, nigga, you need to go straight to the authorities, not Facebook, nigga.
But he can't even do that because he still has any proof, and it's been too many years. So all he can do is
never been too many years. What you mean?
Shit, I just watched the nigga get his case for the.
He said I couldn't prove it, so I just took it as an L.
Nigga, she just came out and said it. There's your proof.
She said she's done it, but she can't prove that. He can't prove that she did that.
She did it. Yeah.
That night, he can't.
I'm
prove
still
it.
going to the authorities, nigga. All you need is a word. All you need is the case put out there.
Woman, man.
All you need is the case put out there, nigga.
I got
fuck Facebook. I'm going to the courthouse, nigga.
Arrest her now. That's not gonna go over too well.
I got robbed by a chick 5 years ago. Arrest her now. I got raped by a nigga. I'm not for sure if I got raped 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I'm not for sure, but I swear all them other bitches over there saying they did it.
Exactly.
It sounds a little familiar.
Sounds like what happened to me.
Exactly. Niggas ain't going down to the courthouse and saying what they need to say.
No, you
these
just
chicks is.